Alright, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be installing the PPF on the front bumper of the Tesla Model Y. This could be done with 2 people or 1 person. And with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, and before we get started, just go ahead and start spraying your bumper with slip solution. That way we're able to just lay this on top of it, lay the pre-cut on top of it, and it should stick fairly good to the back of the bumper. Okay, and if it gets too difficult to peel, just stop and look at what's getting stuck. That way you're able to just remove it and continue peeling. Okay, and again, the fog portion, it's in 2 pieces, so make sure you peel it. Now once you have it peeled, just make sure to remove it just a bit and add slip solution all over the PPF. All right, just make sure that nothing's being held on. If there is, just lift it up and add some slip solution. All right. So let's continue and start anchoring. Okay, and to start, just go to a corner. It doesn't matter which way you start, from the driver's side or passenger side. Just make sure that when you're aligning it, you align it to the body line and don't go overboard. And once it's aligned, grab your slip solution, spray some on top, and you're gonna go ahead and start squeegeeing. Make sure that the line that goes towards the headlight is also straight. That way when you're moving and stretching the PPF, it doesn't look off. All right, let's go ahead and squeegee out the water. Okay, it's straight. All right, once the water is removed, you want to go ahead and lift it just a bit. Spray some Tack Solution. And again, remove that Tack Solution. Okay, now it's not going to go anywhere when you start stretching. Same thing right here. Top portion, you want to align it to the body line, and you're gonna squeegee out the water. You could either squeegee out or squeegee the water downwards. You're gonna peel it off just a bit, tack it, and remove the water. Okay, next up, you're gonna move from this direction down and make sure that everything's being aligned to the body line.
All right, so in this step, we're gonna align the PPF, and then also remember to stretch down, and keep in mind with that we have to align to the body line, and just keep in mind that has to meet the end of it.
Okay, and once you're done on one side, you're gonna move across to the other side, and you're gonna stretch it into position. It doesn't matter if you start this side or that side. The next step is always gonna be going to the opposite side and stretching into position.
Double check your work, and then once you're ready to go, you're gonna bring out your squeegee and then squeegee out all the water that's still there.
Okay, and once you have the top part anchored, you want to go ahead and do the same thing and move down and stretch till you meet the end of the bumper. That's anchored down. You're going to go ahead and squeegee out the water from on top and also the bottom. Okay, and once you have this side anchored, you're gonna go ahead and align the top portion of the bumper. When you stretched, the PPF kind of wants to lift up, so all you have to do is just pull it down. And you're just gonna leave a little bit of the paint exposed. You're not gonna leave a whole bunch. Once you have that down, you wanna go ahead and grab your squeegee and start squeegeeing out the water. You wanna squeegee the water towards the bottom. On this bumper, you have a small little body line, and you're just gonna squeegee the water down past that line. And the same thing right here. Kinda wanna pull down. Make sure most of the paint is being covered. Once you have it down, you wanna go ahead and remove the water. Okay, we're gonna continue moving on to this side of the fog light. Again, it's gonna wanna lift up, so all you have to do is just pull it down just a bit. Continuing on with the headlight, we're gonna go ahead and align it towards the body line. So we're gonna align it here and right here. Okay, so if you have to stretch just a little bit, that's okay. We're gonna remove the water and gonna move it towards the bottom. If it gets difficult to squeegee, just go ahead and add some slip solution on top. So with the trunk lifted, you're gonna go ahead and add more slip solution underneath. Okay, moving on across, you're gonna go ahead and do the same thing you did on the other side. You're gonna align this portion of the headlight. Make sure it's aligned. And if you need to pull back and stretch a bit more, that's okay. Okay. So again, we're gonna move down the film. And squeegee out the water. There's a little too much of the paint exposed, so we're gonna go ahead and pull back just a bit and then just start squeegeeing out.
All right, the next step here is once we start working with the bottom bumper is to grab the PPF and start stretching it onto this corner. Also keeping in mind, since this is a cutout, to be very careful when doing the slow and steady approach, and being very careful and mindful that there is a cutout. So applying slow and steady pressure is going to be the best way to go when stretching it onto the corner of under the fog light. So just as you're working, just keep that in mind. And then as you're working towards stretching to the corner, once you feel that you have it where you want it, you're gonna grab your squeegee and then just tack it down. Push out all the water that you can. Start from the bottom, the top of the body line, and just squeegee all the water down.
So again, we're gonna squeegee out the water. Next thing we're gonna do is the opposite side. Same thing. Remove, add slip solution. And same thing with the slit. Just make sure you pull carefully. Grab it from the middle. And just stretch. When you stretch this way, the film sort of wants to lift inward towards the fog light. That's okay, just when you're pulling, make sure you also pull this down. All right, you want to squeeze out this side first, and then you're just gonna work your way towards the middle. Once you have that down, you're gonna go ahead and worry about the top. Okay, next step is we're gonna worry about this portion of the bumper. We're either gonna squeegee the water outward or downward. But if you have too many fingers, just lift either portion, the one that has most of the fingers, and just stretch that way or towards the headlights. Okay, remember, before you squeegee, just add some slip solution. so your squeegee is able to glide. And just to clean it up just a bit, we're gonna go ahead and add some Tack Solution. Okay, and lastly, we're just gonna go ahead and lift it just a bit and add some slip solution. Okay, then from here, all we have to do is just pull it down as much as possible. Okay, and once you have it down, just go ahead and do the same thing. Squeegee the water out. Okay, make sure you squeegee out the body line itself. Make sure there's no water hiding in that line. Next step would be just tucking in over the edges. Make sure you add Tack Solution underneath, Tack Solution on top, and then just squeegee the water out, but go all the way around. Okay, just keep doing that. And if this doesn't work, just add heat and it should stay down. Okay, just add more Tack Solution. Same thing, just squeegee and over. Alright, last step would be to make sure that this is squeegeed out properly. So you're gonna add some Tack Solution to your towel. Then you're just gonna add some Tack Solution underneath and up top. And then slowly, just with your hand, squeegee out the water. Okay, we do provide a smaller squeegee, so if you can, just try to get as much water out as possible. Okay, once you get as much of it out, you're gonna grab your heat gun. You're gonna heat up the area that doesn't wanna stay down, and with your towel, you're gonna go over it. With your small squeegee, you're gonna try to remove as much water as possible. Okay, and lastly, before we finish it off, we have to cut out the sensors. So to do that, we want to make sure this area is dry. And with as much of the blade exposed, you're gonna sort of try to guide it with your nail and try to cut around the last circle. Okay, you're just gonna try to poke it out with that line you just did. Once you think you're able to grab it, just grab it and try to remove that circle you just made. All right, and that concludes the installation process for the front bumper. Just remember to take your time when you're cutting out the circles, and remember to also cut out the tow hook cover. It comes separate, but you're also gonna have to cut it out to make sure that it opens. Just to recap the video, be careful when you're stretching towards the fog light. This little slit, sometimes it rips. When you're stretching this way, make sure to stretch towards the actual headlight. It curves right here, so make sure that the curved end meets the body line, and make sure that the only places that you're gonna tuck in will be this part, the top part of the bumper. The bottom part of the bumper, not really. You just try to make sure it reaches towards the end of the paint. And other than that, that should conclude the video. If you have any questions, just comment below. And with that being said, thank you for watching.